Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Hicks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving you a live free picks here from the betting board. And on today's show, we'll have picks. Well, the NBA returns. It's that wildfire makeup game between the Hornets and Lakers. And tomorrow we have a bigger schedule. Also have picks from college hoops. And we'll wait till Saturday when we have the restart here from the NHL. But let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Green Bay college hoops, another winning day there. Can't complain. On to today's slate, which is a stack-loaded slate of games. I don't know. There were some pretty good ones yesterday. I did see Michigan State continue to roll. Definitely wasn't a look ahead, and definitely wasn't a letdown spot after their big win. They continue to roll in Michigan State. Excited about that. Can't wait for Friday's game there. Should be a good one. But definitely some good ones today. So let's get to it. Let's find some winners. And yes, the NBA is back. One game. I ain't diving into it. And I don't think Mr. Higgsy down there is either. Well, he might. He might. He might go on a rant. I have a good idea which way he's going to go.
He already gave it out yesterday. He gave it out.
Yeah, exactly. I just remembered as I said that. I was like, normally he would avoid it. The single game he would normally avoid, but I'll let him tell you all about it. So.
Let's say NBA matchup tonight. Great one tonight. Let's say hello to Chris wearing that Padres hat. I saw some of their interviews yesterday. They had to meet the press, answer to some of their signings.
Yeah, you were absolutely right about that. They laid into him. I watched the interview with Tatis, and they were definitely asking about how everything was going. I think they're positive this year. I think it's fine. I was just watching a matchup between Estrada and Machado, kind of batting practice there before I hopped on, and everything looks good. I think we're going to be okay, and just kind of a little foreshadowing for today's MLB future, but we'll get to that later. I'm going to jump into the NBA. I'm glad it's back. I know everybody else might not be, but coming off a winning day, so just ready to get to it today.
Very good. Let's say hello to Sean. Sean, what's happening?
Yeah, losing day yesterday. Went 2-3 in the picks, so I had a couple losers. It does happen. Everyone wants to say, "Oh, you can't." It's not. You can't win them all. Whatever. We lost, and the end of the show picks, I went 1-2. Not good, but still 45-27 here. But I'm back at it. It's listen, I'm going to lose. Just another day. We get back on the old back in the saddle for Wednesday. Huge monster game of the year in this NBA matchup though tonight. That'd be great. Lakers and Charlotte.
Yeah, Lakers and Charlotte restart the two front offices that aren't very happy with each other. By the way,
the whole guy. I mean, the guy was playing well. I had a couple of his player props. All of a sudden, he's got some injury that nobody knew about, and now he's not even playing for Charlotte. Like he was. How bad could he have been hurt? He was putting up like PRAs. And also down, by the way, we talked about it on Monday when we were talking about the standalone game. It was 13.5. It's now down to 12.
Yeah, it's come down. It has come down.
Portland was +5, and now it's down to 4. So, wonder who's not playing.
That's we wonder. We'll get to that there in a second. Let's say hello, Alaninos.
Yeah, rough day yesterday, so I'm sure I'll see some of my biggest fans back in the comments letting me know how bad went on the video. No, it's just 1 and 2 had that late game that did save me yesterday. But rough day. Honestly, didn't have the best feel for the card. But I do like the games today a lot better, so looking forward to getting into those.
A little more marquee matchups today. I'll come off a 3-0 day yesterday. My best bet continues to smash here. Last 5-6 days, I've been hitting that one pretty well here. I had at Villanova plus the points. Wow, I didn't need the 8.5. I put it at 9.5. But wow, that was a big number there. A little too big. Both teams coming off losses. But that's yesterday. Today's today. We got to get right back to it. And let's right back to it. We'll hop into this NBA game. Hornets and the Lakers head to head. It looks to me like the Lakers are a 12-point favorite, although I'm seeing some 12.5s creep up now here in some of the books, especially at Penny. Circa still at 12, and Chris at 12.5 for your sharp books there right now. And total sits about 227, 228. That's been ticking up from an opener of 223.5. We've seen that total move up. Chris is now 227, now Pinnacle 227. So there's been some movement there to the over there. And we'll read off the injuries here. Okogie out for Charlotte. Williams, the player who couldn't pass the physical, well, he's probable for Charlotte. I guess he's okay. There in Charlotte. Charlotte doctor says he's okay. Ball's also probable. Kleber is the one that's out for the Lakers. And James is questionable status with that foot. So you're caught up there with the injuries there. We started off with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at this matchup. I'm actually take the under here. Everybody's jumping on this over and thinking we're going to see a whole pile of scoring in this one. But you look, before we headed into the break, Charlotte over the last 5 games heading into that break, hey, they were playing some defensive ball, holding teams to 45% field goal shooting. And the Lakers on the other side of things, hey, so did they over their last 5 games, holding teams to 43.8% field goal shooting. So I got this probably maybe just getting the 220s if we get to 220. So 227.5, pushing 230. That's too many points here in this one between Charlotte and the Lakers. I will take the under 227.5 here in this one.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I did the video last night. It was at 226 when I did the video for YouTube, and I went the opposite direction. I mean, yeah, the Lakers are shooting the ball well, 123 over their past 5 games, averaging 123 in that. And then, yeah, they're allowing, I mean, they're holding them to 43.8, but I mean, they're still allowing 114. I don't think any defense is going to be here. It depends on who plays and stuff. It keeps rising, but I still lean towards the over, just a little bit, slight lean to it. My best bet is a side. You guys can pick that up on the site. But, yeah, I mean, I still lean to the over at the moment, but we got to watch that and see how it rises, see who plays us at the happy hour today.
Happy hour. You want to tune in 5 Eastern time. Rod's show during the week. We get all the information, all these injuries, who's in and who's out. We know the shoot-arounds, the morning skates. So that's the show to check out. Let's all run over to Sean.
Yeah, I said on Monday, Charlotte, lines come down. LeBron's probably out, right? I mean, he said on Sunday, we'll see if I play. All right, that means you're not playing. I mean, 12.5, like you said, Charlotte's not happy with these guys. They thought they had a deal. You're going to have the Charlotte guys kind of like a little extra pumped up, your Lakers. I lean to the points here. Didn't bet it. I want to. I missed the better number. Hopefully it goes up a little bit, but if it gets that 13 again, lucky 13, I will grab the Hornets.
There you go, waiting for that line, which could possibly do because we get that. This game is until 10 Eastern, so there's plenty of time for the Laker fans to get home from work and push this one out at their offshores, and they can do it in LA, but they got plenty. I know a lot of people out here have the offshores. On over to Alnitos.
Yeah, if LeBron sits, which he went through, it says most of practice yesterday. So I'm guessing he might end up playing, although, yeah, the line move might indicate otherwise, but it's not like it moved too much, and it could very well just move back up to where it opened if he does sneak back into the lineup. But if he does sit, I like Luka Doncic's points over. I'm seeing 27 right now. Yeah, it's a lot of points, but I think he's going to lead the offense if LeBron sits. And on the other side, I could look at LaMelo Ball over 25 points. I think he's probable, and obviously I think he plays, and I think he knows that he needs to get his offense going if the Hornets are going to be competitive in this one. So I expect him to have the green light like he usually does, and I expect him to get at least 25 in this one. And that's how I'm going to look at that one. I got a premium on the side and total if you want to check that out. I actually like both, so yeah, you can check those out over at Tony Spicks.
Check it out there. I'll tell you what I think about this one, man. I just don't trust Charlotte to score points. And that's why for me, it's been an over with the Lakers ever since they went to that small lineup, and it's been cashing. But I know people are asking about the over. I'm kind of hesitant on that because I just don't trust Charlotte to do their part because this is a team that barely can put up 99 points a game over their past 5. And Lakers with this small lineup, they really push the pace. They really space the court very well. It's pass, shoot. And they take these quick shots, and that's what you do. You're not going to post up. You don't have a big guy, and if you do, you're going to be at a disadvantage because all these teams have greater size than you do. You got a lot of good shooting talent on your team. So what are you going to do? You're going to run and gun. This is what you're seeing from the Lakers. That's how you're going to survive. I'm not saying they're going to be like quote unquote Warriors-like. I know when I say that, people get all upset. The Golden State fans. Let me tell you, they're the most sensitive fan base in all of NBA. You talk bad about any team from the Bay Area, man, whether it's the 49ers, the Warriors, man, they just hammer you left and right. But they're not like Warriors, don't say that. There's no, well, listen, they're going to try to be, and it takes time to get to that point. But I think that's the strategy now is just be Warriors-like and just run and gun, shoot, find the open guy, get the open three, and use your speed. And we saw some of these younger guys on the roster. This is what they want to play. They want to play that running style. This is why I think some of the Lakers have had hard time developing their younger players, is because they're trying to post up to a center. You can't do that when you got a bunch of youth on your team. They don't want to play that way. And I think this is what you're going to see. That's why I'm going to have no problem laying with the 12 and the Lakers here. They've averaged 123 points a game over the past 5. Charlotte team just can't score, man. I just can't. A team that averages 99, and you play a lot of these bad teams in the East here. I will say this. I got to look at listen. I want to go over, but I can't trust Charlotte. That's the problem. They just can't shoot, man. The offense is lacking, and this is a team that could also be tanking as well. So also, I don't think they are, because Miles Bridges is a young guy out there, but we'll see what they're going to do here. You got to keep your eye here in the second half of the season, because this is the time when the teams, every win is costly for a lot of these teams, if you know what I mean. So this is when you got to look at the teams here at the bottom of the conference with no playoff hope. But I'll look at LA in that one. All right, let's continue here on the.
Hey, Tony, real fast. You talk about the Golden State Warrior fans. Would they be upset to know that Steph Curry is really just B.J. Armstrong in
oh my goodness! That's worse than tough. I mean, you think you get heat from LeBron? You start calling out Warrior fans. Oh my God, they are, like I said, the most sensitive.
He's B.J. Armstrong. If he played in the '90s, he's B.J. Armstrong. Yeah. Maybe he's Drazen Petrovic, a little more range.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that one. I think on the sensitivity, a little more on the 49ers side, a little more on that, because they just hate it when you bash the 40. Every time you go against the Niners, these guys just scream at you, man. Oh my God. But yes, they're the most sensitive.
Troy Aikman's better than Steve Young. How about that?
My goodness.
Michael Irvin's better than Jerry Rice. We'll get the comment section going.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you're gonna get them. You're gonna get a lot of hate commenters out there. Trust me.
Danny White's better than Joe Montana.
Oh, Danny White. Oh, that one I'll question for sure. Danny White might have been a better punter. That's why he was a punter, because he always had to punt on. He couldn't make third downs. So at least I can punt the ball.
They should have ran more fakes with him.
Maybe more fakes. I mean, they did run a little bit of fakes with Danny. Even the Staubach days, they used to do fakes with him. But Arizona State.
The guy threw for 4,000 yards in the NFL. Why wouldn't you throw? I'd be running fake punts every single.
Yeah,
it's 4th and 3. Let's go for it.
He's like the Tony Romo of the '70s, right?
Oh my goodness! Now you're going to upset me and a Cowboy fan.
The Tony Romo of the '70s. That's Danny White. Can win the regular season, but can't win the big ones. That was the thing with Danny White. Hey, I won the big one, but I was a backup. The team won. No, well, when you're you weren't. All right, let's continue here on the 24th.
Well, it's been 30 years. The Cowboys even got a snip of anything. So.
Oh yeah.
At least.
Oh yeah.
30 years. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So. And it's funny, that some kids that are under 25 have never seen the Cowboys do anything. It's like they're the Clippers. They're like the Clippers.
Right? They're like, yeah, we haven't seen anything. They haven't done anything. It's like that.
You haven't won in my lifetime. I'm 25, 27 years old. Well, they haven't done nothing in my lifetime. Yeah. Don't talk about the 90s. I wasn't even here by then.
That's the truth. Right? That's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's like when you look at things, it's like, wow, 30 years ago. It's like that flew by, and it's when somebody was talking about it. It's like, to us, it just seems like yesterday that I remember Aikman chucking the ball.
Yeah, Emmitt Smith and all these guys.
And Emmitt Smith running there at the middle. It was like we were talking about who's going to stop these guys, right? And it's like, and now it's like, wow,
their owner stopped it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's still there. Same guy.
Same dude.
Jerry's still there.
Everybody under 30, they've never seen anything with the Cowboys. 30 and under. It's a generation lost in Texas.
It's always their year, though.
It's always their year. They got the Rangers. They got the Rangers. The Rangers got to win. Mavericks got to win. Even the hockey team got to win in Dallas, but not the football team. Who would have thought that would have happened after the 90s? That's crazy. All right. We'll switch on over to college hoops here. So in this slate, we got actually an early game, a 3 Eastern game. So we're going to cover the games from 3 Eastern, and we'll include the 7:30 Eastern, because, again, they're giving us a wall of games at the 7 Eastern hour. So we'll include in this block the 3 Eastern, and we'll include the 7:30 Eastern. We'll start with Rod.
All right. Look at these 7:30 Eastern games. I'm not going to go against Drake. I'll take Drake there, lay the 10 there in that matchup. USC's having a solid season, but I think they're in trouble here in this one. I got Drake easily cruising to the big double-digit win in that matchup. And then another one in this spot that I'm looking at is give me Belmont. taking on Northern Iowa. They lost to Northern Iowa earlier, so this is a revenge game for Belmont, and you're at home here with Belmont, so only having the late one. Line looks a little bit light to me, so I'll take Belmont. Lay the point there in that one. If you want to just take the money line, I think Belmont gets the revenge and wins that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is give me Vandy plus the 5.5. It's a weird 5.5 number, but do you trust Kentucky to be covering anything right now? I don't. Not this guy. No chance. I'll take Vandy plus the 5.5 in that matchup to keep it close with Kentucky. And then one more I'm looking at is give me the Hoyas versus Providence. You look at Georgetown. It's up to 3.5. It's kind of a bigger number than what I like, but I'm going to take Georgetown. They've been dominant over Providence, beating them a bunch straight. I'm going to say 6 or 7 straight. Give me Georgetown and the Hoyas in that matchup. And then one more I'm looking at here is a big number, and it looks like they're trying to bait you to take NC State at that big number. So it opened up at double digits, I believe, and it's down to 9.5 in spots. So a lot of money's coming on the Wolfpack there in that matchup. I'm going the other way. Give me North Carolina. I think they get the double-digit win over NC State in that matchup. And then one more I'm looking at here is you like what Penn State's been doing lately? I sure don't. Give me Nebraska. I'll lay the 1.5. I know Nebraska's on the road and they don't play the greatest on the road, but playing the better basketball than what Penn State is right now. I think they come into Penn State and get themselves a win. Give me the Cornhuskers in that matchup.
And there from Rod, we move on over to Chris.
We're going 7:30 or just 7?
Including 7:30.
Okay. Vandy, Kentucky, I know it's a big number. It's, I think, sitting – I had it at 160 to make sure I'm looking at the right total here. Let's see, Vandy. Make sure I give you guys the right number here. Yeah, it's 161 now. But either way, Kentucky's 13-2, and the total is over 160. So I'm going to take over in the Vandy-Kentucky game there. I'm looking at another one, smaller one, I guess, Western Carolina, Chattanooga. And 16.5 with Chattanooga, but I'm still going to lay it with them. They just beat them a while back, 84-60. I don't think there's going to be a problem again there. They're back home now, so I take it with Chattanooga. And the only other one there, East Carolina, Tulane. I take the points with East Carolina.
There from Chris, I agree with this comment. UCLA is trash. I told you about them yesterday. We told you that yesterday. on over to Sean.
All right, I'm going to start here. Richmond. This was close for me here, and my close near system, whatever my little things here. They're 16-11, so I'm going to put Richmond in there. I really wanted a few more points in this one, and both teams have not been playing well either. Like they're not covering or doing anything there. But I lean Richmond with the 4 there. Temple, give me some Temple here. It looks low. I got to just pull the trigger here. Charlotte for me is not a big 49er fan. Not the Bay Area 49ers, not the Charlotte 49ers. I like Kentucky. I know it's 5.5, and it looks terrible because Kentucky hasn't been all that great. But at home, teams are just different animals. And you see teams. I had A&M yesterday. Just got their absolute teeth kicked in on the road. Versus teams go on the road and you start losing. 5.5. I'm going to lay it there with Kentucky, and I usually like these dogs in these spots, but more the uglier kind of dogs, like Gardner Weeb. We're going to pull up the web here. They're getting 5.5. We'll take them to round that early action. Although, Rada mentioned the NC game. I looked at it, I was like 11.5. Who the hell's Carolina be laying 11.5? And lo and behold, this morning it's like 9.5, 10s now. But I really like laying. I can't lay that number with them. Like, oof. They're in trouble. They might have a new head coach next year, these guys. But you want to take North Carolina State? I'd be interested in that one. That's it. That's it for the early card.
Yeah, they played them tough that first meeting, 2-point loss, I believe it was there.
It was, right? So why is the line so crazy, right?
It's a rivalry. Well, the thing is,
what the heck?
Tar Heels on the front. They got powder blue jerseys on. That's why it's so high.
It's these modelers. They don't take into account for rivalries. That's one angle you can go against these modelers out there is they don't factor weather. They don't factor spots. They don't factor rivalries. You get a lot of good value on the dogs in the rivalry games from these modelers who set the opening line. On over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I like SMU early. Again, big question mark here with Kevin Miller. So like to see him in the lineup before making a move. But if he does play, I do like SMU. I think they get the job done whether he plays or not. But obviously, like him better if he plays. I like. Yeah, I had Nebraska early last night on the video, but I do have another dog I like in the later slate that you could sub that one out if you don't count that as a dog anymore. I like Winthrop to get it done on the road here against a team that just beat 76-67 at home about 3 weeks ago. They haven't traveled too well, so that is a bit of concern. Just 3-8 on the road, but again, I think they're the better team and they do well in this matchup. I like Murray State in that matchup. Small lean to Murray State at home. Don't love it, but I'm leaning that way. And the other one I like early is I would lean to Temple, I guess, in that early DGen special.
There we go. From the DGen special there with Alaninos. I'll tell you what I think here about some of the games here. I'm going to take UMass. I agree on that line move. What the hell with 17.5 down to 16, 15.5. This is the time of the year when you don't play these big favorites, especially with these teams that are off to a very hot start in conference play. And UMass does have a pulse because they defend here, holding teams 29% from three, 48% inside, and they force turnovers defensively and strong on the offensive glass. Hey, listen, I know VCU has a beautiful numbers in A10 play, number one offense, number one defense, but we're late in the year here, and I'm not going to lay these type of points late in the season. So I'll look at UMass, especially with a team with a pulse like UMass. I'll look at UMass in that spot. I'm going to look here at Kentucky laying the points. The Commodores' defense is what's got me nervous here over the past 5 games, 54% shooting. I'll look at Kentucky in that spot. West Virginia, Cincinnati, that's in this time frame. I'll take West Virginia here. Cincinnati has failed to cover 9 of 13 in the Big 12. But the Bearcats defense, again, late in the season, some of these teams playing really bad defense. Cincinnati is one of those teams over the past 5 games, 48% shooting. Look for West Virginia there. And in the rivalry game, got to look at the points here with NC State. Like I said, NC State playing to a 2-point favorite. These are rivals. NC State will rise for this game. Tar Heels 2-11 of the spread against the ACC this year. And again, another team that's not playing defense. Look at their past 5 games, giving up 47% shooting. That's ugly there. So that's how I look at that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we continue on here with the next slate of games here from College Hoops. Now we'll cover the games from 8 Eastern all the way to our last game, Rutgers-Washington, 10:30 Eastern. So this slot, 8 Eastern all the way to the 10:30 Eastern slot. We start with Rod.
Yeah, look at this late window of games here. I like give me Miami, Florida plus the 8 heading into Florida State. Florida State laying 8. What? I don't trust Florida State laying 8 there in that matchup. Miami's definitely stepped up their play. I think they keep that close. Definitely got a shot to outright Florida State in that matchup. Give me the 8 there in that one. And then you look at Alabama on the road as a 1.5-point dog there in that one. Give me Missouri. I think the Tigers roll Tide in that one and win by about 5-6 in that matchup. I even kind of like the under. It was at 171. It's come down to 170. I expect to see 169.5 very shortly in that one. Take the under Alabama and Missouri as well. You look at another one here in this spot is Auburn laying 16 in that matchup. Too many. Give me Arkansas and the Hogs plus the 16 heading into Auburn. I think that's a closer game than people are thinking there in that one. And then looking back at San Jose State here, we look what San Jose State did last time out versus Nevada, and everybody was like, hey, look at that, San Jose State, quick, grab the points, yeah! No. Remember I said they were baiting you in that one? In this one, I think it's Utah State, that good to be laying 19. They're a good club, but not 19-point favorite. I will go back to San Jose State here in this one and take the 19 points. I think
because it's not Friday, right? It's not Friday, right?
Exactly, right? You look what San Jose State does on Friday. What are they, 0-11 ATS on Fridays? So it's give me San Jose State there plus the 19. It's just that's way too many points there in that matchup. And then I like the over. Portland and St. Mary's 138.5. That's a little bit light. I think we cruise into the 140s in that matchup. You look at Portland 15-10 to the over. I know St. Mary's going to try to play some D, but Portland's going to push that pace and get us up and over the total in that matchup.
That's right. See, Rod's sat last night. Any day but Friday. Fridays when they don't
Friday.
Yeah, Fridays they don't win. They don't win on Saturdays. They don't come on Fridays. All right, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at that Bama Missouri game, I'm going to definitely take the under there. I mean, the last 12 that Bama's played against Missouri, they're 8-4 to the under there. So I think we get a lower scoring there. I'm going to go the opposite direction of Arkansas Auburn. I'm going to take over the 152.5. Auburn's been averaging 89 points last 5, so it doesn't take much for Arkansas to have to put up very much there to get us up and over that total. And yeah, that's the last 2 I'm looking at there.
From Chris on over to Sean.
All right, real quick on your UMass. I'm kind of liking this a little more there. VCU's got George Mason up next, who's the actual leaders there in the A10. So maybe they pull the brakes or just kind of go through the motions type game there. So 17 looks like a good number there, Tony. I'm going to look at this Bama game, but I'm taking Bama. You look at their losses. They lost to Purdue, and then they come back and beat Illinois by 13 on a neutral. They lost to Oregon on a neutral, come back, beat North Carolina on the road by 15. They lose to Ole Miss, come back and win at Kentucky by 5. And now they're off an Auburn loss. I think they're going to go on a road here and probably win by 10. Give me Alabama there. And again, this goes back to my little close kind of play here. Oral Roberts makes the cut at +4. And I like Boise here, -4 at home, man. They, you look at this series-wise, they're 7-3 straight up in the series, 3-6 ATS. They've dropped 3 of 4. All 3 of those on the road. 17-point loss their last game at San Diego State. That I'm looking for them to come home and get right here against New Mexico. Who again? They've won 8 in a row, and this line's gone up. It was a 3.5. Now it's up to 4 now. So give me Boise at home. I like my Mountain West home teams there. It's not enough now. Big dog, sure. If I'm getting those San Jose's and Fresno big double digits, but not in this case. I'll take Boise here at home, laying a short 4 points here to New Mexico. Payback too. I think we beat them by 20 last.
Yeah, this is one of those spots there. On over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I will agree with Sean on the Bama one. So high tide on that one, Sean. But unfortunately, I got to go New Mexico on the other one. Just think they're the better team here. Traveled well, 6-2 on the road, coming in hot, 8 wins in a row. So I think they keep rolling here, and tough matchup. But I think they actually win this one outright. And yeah, the line is moving, so that could be a little concerning. But I'll wait and try to get the best number I can with New Mexico in that one, and take all the points I can get there. Then I liked the one I wanted to sub Nebraska out. If you wanted the third dog for the video, I would go. You don't have to go. Sorry, we're gonna stick to Nebraska. We're gonna go Nebraska Omaha, and I think we're actually getting an extra point with them since this line opened. Yeah, so we're actually getting a better number on Nebraska Omaha, which was actually my original pick for the video. Headed to Kansas City here, coming off a tough loss, but they did win the last meeting 77-58 at home, and I just don't think that home court makes that much of a difference here for Kansas City. So like Nebraska Omaha a lot in that one. I also like Bradley over Illinois State. Again, just think they're the better team. We're getting a good price on the road, 7-2 on the road, coming in on 3 straight wins. I like Oregon. Iowa's kind of a tougher one, but I don't know. I want to lean Oregon in that one. And that wraps it up for the later games.
There we go from El Nino. So I'll tell you what I think about this one. Yeah, I'm not Oregon. No, I'm going to take Oregon. Mr. Whiskers is anti-Oregon. But have you seen Iowa play basketball this year? Oh my goodness, 18th in defensive efficiency with the worst defensive team in all the Big Ten. And now when Oregon goes up against bad defensive teams, I'm going to look at Oregon. I don't care where they could play on Mars, wherever they play. Just the talent there here. And also away from home, the Ducks showed some defense, allowing just over 43% shooting. Again, we're talking about some of these teams that are playing no defense down the stretch. Look at that. They haven't played no defense since the start of conference play, allowing 51% shooting in the Big Ten. You give me Oregon face these bad defensive teams. I've seen them many times just pound teams like this. I'm not saying they're going to pound them, but I'll take – and then what's the home court in Iowa? They're getting beat at home on their home court badly anyway. So there's no hope for this team. They have NITO written all over them. As long as they can stay over 500, that's the key there. So Iowa will be your NIT representative in the Big Ten this year. I like Oregon here in that spot. Also agree with the Alabama side here. Tied here coming off that loss. And, man, there again, the shooting numbers are just strong on their side, also defensively. Listen, again, these big dogs against a team with a pulse. Arkansas has a pulse. So I'm going to take the points with Arkansas. This is a team that's right on the bubble. Yeah, that's right. They are on the bubble, believe it or not. That's what Lenardi says. So I like them here. Razorbacks have been shooting the basketball well over their past 5 and defending. They've covered 4 of their past 5 with a push. And hey, listen, Auburn doesn't cover every game. If I remember correctly, I think they've covered just half their games in conference play. I thought I wrote that down somewhere, but their ATS record is not perfect, guys. Yeah, these teams that are 24-1, 24-2, or 11-1 in conference. Look at their spread records. That's what matters at this time of the year. Our business. So you're gonna give me 16.5 this late in the season with a team on the bubble. I'll take them here. New Mexico boys say I looked at this one pretty deeply. Interesting to note here with I'm gonna look at the Doggins for New Mexico. Their defense is good. If we look at Boise State's home schedule, they played all the rotten teams in the Mountain West, except San Diego State, and San Diego State beat them. And when Boise State at home has yet to play New Mexico, Nevada, Utah State, and Colorado State, probably the upper tier teams. So the only team with a pulse they played at home was San Diego State, and San Diego State pounded them. So I'll look at New Mexico in that spot here. I know it's tough. And listen, I got away with it with Utah State the other night when they were on a road against somebody covering. But I think here I'm getting more than one possession in this game too, because this line moved to 4.5 now at Pinnacle. My goodness, that's getting toast. That's almost premium style right there on the Mexico side. But yeah, I get the fact the home court's strong, but when Boise State played somebody with a pulse at home, they lost San Diego State. And again, what's left on the still they have yet to face New Mexico, Nevada, Utah State, and Colorado State at home, the upper tier teams. I got to look here at that New Mexico here plus the 4.5. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show. We got you through. Sorry we couldn't get the Rutgers-Washington game. I have no clue what to take in that one. There. All right, your bailout special. Tune in. Maybe we'll have something for you on the happy hour there for your bailout guys. All right. And now it's time to move on here to the parlay segment where our captains can give out a parlay, a peripheral, or can give a team player prop game of the future. They make the call here in this thing. We start with Rod.
All right, and the first one we're looking at for the parlay, we're going to go to the early one here, and we're going to take. Like somebody likes Providence, eh? The lines come down 2.5 now for Georgetown. So I like it. Give me Georgetown minus 2.5 in that matchup. And then another one here. I'm liking it in the spot. Hey, look, Vandy's down to 4.5 in that matchup. And you only have to play 4.5 with Kentucky if you'd like in that one there. But I'm not putting that into the parlay. Give me Belmont, lay the point. Into the parlay there in that one. So we're going to take Georgetown minus 2.5. We're going to take Belmont minus 1. And then we're going to throw Missouri in there. Why? Because you're just fading 8 teams after they're defensively giving up 80 points in 2 straight games. Defensively has been this Alabama team. And when they do that, guess what? They're 8-17 in that third game. So Missouri, money line, beats Alabama.
Oh, there we
no
go.
Problem. Lock of the day. Missouri beats Alabama in that one.
There you go. Parlay. All right. They said lock of the day. No one's got the combo, and he has
lock of the day. Missouri Tigers beat Alabama.
And,
Sorry, you're not rolling anywhere today. Maybe rolling into the big old L.
Low tide tonight.
Low tide.
Low tide tonight. All right. On over to
8-17 after giving up 80. And look what Missouri does at home defensively, holding teams to 40% field goal shooting. Don't think the Missouri Tigers don't know how to play some defense. Look at them offensively at home as well. Give me the Tigers there in that matchup. We're totally in disagreement there.
Total disagreement there. They'll raise up the limits. Pinnacle, raise it up. Raise up the limits. We got people split on. That's what they do when they're split. They raise up the limits. Bet more. On over to Chris.
Yeah, I'll give you an SEC total parlay here. We're going to go Vandy UK over. We'll go Bama, Missouri under, and we'll go Arkansas, Auburn over. And for your daily MLB futures prop, Sean's not going to like this because of his comment earlier about the Padres, but I'm going to take them over 85.5 wins for the season.
What was the number again? I missed that. Whenever it was.
It was 85 and a half.
85 and a half. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. They hit 93 last year. We'll see if we can't get 86 out of them this year.
I don't know. I think Arizona's better. I think. Listen, I say the Dodgers are overrated.
Better? That Arizona bullpen was
Arizona.
ass. I remember that bullpen blowing games.
Listen, bullpens are fly by night. Every year somebody's got a good bullpen. That's why at the trade deadline there's 45 pitchers available because
That's why did they improve?
Oh, look at the unsigned free agents. There's a lot of them out there. If you go look at unsigned, there's a lot of guys out there. Joe Ross is out there. Corbin is out there. Corbin is still out there looking for a contract.
Corbin's still out there. Yeah,
he's still out there. So is our fan Voth. Voth is still out there. Austin Gomber. There's a lot of guys still out there. Castellanos, who was a hard throwing guy. Remember your boy Baruki? Remember Baruki from Toronto? Baruki.
Yeah, he's still out there too.
He's still out there too. There's still
Vladdy. And make a scoop up Vladdy. Come on, it's not much. They're way off, and it's not even close.
There's still a lot of free agent pitchers out there. Austin Voth is still out there. Who was that? Hudson, the reliever for the Dodgers. He's still out there without a contract. And a lot of guys are on minor league contracts who get scooped up with them. So there's a lot of guys. There's still a lot of pitchers out there unsigned.
Everybody's all pumped up about Snell, who pitches 22 games a year. The guy's he's older than Burns. Arizona got the best pitcher on free agent they bought in to go with Gallen, who's lights out at home, and Kelly's a solid 3. And who knows what Rodriguez will bring out of the back. And I think Monty just had a bad year because that's what happens when you don't pitch until freaking May and you're a pitcher. You're going to get shelled. This is Major League Baseball. This ain't some beer softball league. So I think the pitching is good. I think the young guys all take a step forward. They kind of went in a little step backwards last year, but I think they're going to be better this year. I think they're the dangerous team there. The Dodgers, and I'll say they're overrated from the point of, they won the World Series. They didn't come to their win. I'm about the wins and losses. Okay, you win that, but you know what? You didn't come. You needed the World Series and all these games just to get to your season total of wins. You still have a pitching staff that is injury prone. Minus what? One guy? Okay, good luck that. And Freddie Freeman is another year older.
Yeah. Mookie is too.
And Mookie, again, Otani's great. Is everybody going to be on the same level? It's hard to go back. This has the Orioles. They're still trying to get back to the playoffs from blowing.
Yeah, but they got the biggest biggest cheer team guy that is going to boost that whole team. No matter whenever he plays, wherever he is, you got Otani there, and he's
John Means is still unsigned. John Means
he gets in there. Otani gets his team pumped and jacked.
Speaking of Baltimore, John Means is still unsigned out there. John Means, another unsigned.
I like the Padres, but again, here's another old team. Darvish. I mean, Cease. I like Cease. But where else we're going here with
Pivetta? They got Pivetta. They just signed Pivetta.
Yeah, we signed.
And he's solid when he's there.
Yeah. We got.
I don't know. I like him. And the Giants. The Giant team is always feisty. They're always somehow like 500. Like, who the heck are these guys? It's like just a hodgepodge of the Bad News Bears and like the movie Major League Cleveland Indians. Like, what? We got a bunch of. So they're going to get some wins. I think. I don't know. Padres. I feel like after all their spending.
Well, maybe you could put in a bet every NL West team makes the postseason, right? The wild card games, and now that they've expanded the playoffs, you can have every team from a division get to the postseason, at least for the wild card spots.
Listen. There's nobody in the Central. I think the Cubbies win. I know the Reds going to get a lot of hype, but I'm gonna fall to the Cubbies. I don't know why. I have this for whatever reason. I think the Cubs, the pitching staff's really good. They got a really good staff. No one talks about them because they're the Cubs, which is shocking because you think they're a big market team. But we'll talk about. People are probably like, baseball. What are we talking about?
Verdugo's still unsigned. Verdugo's still unsigned, by the way.
Hey, what's that? What's he? He's a professional bat who it's 239. I mean, come on.
Not a bad. Boston is looking at him. Yeah,
Boston wants to bring him back. That was great. Bets for Verdugo. I know he was a top prospect for the Dodgers.
He was horrible, man. He had a lot of offseason issues, bad attitude, and the same thing crawled up on Boston. That's why Boston got rid of him.
Yeah, but he was a prospect who was thought of very highly.
Yeah.
No, that's why I don't mind trading prospects. Like, who the hell? Give me the guy who's good right now. I want today's guy. I don't want a guy who could be good. But Cubbies tomorrow against the Dodgers, so we'll be looking to take that game with extra, free pick tomorrow. Cubs versus Dodgers. Yeah, I'm sure people are probably all upset about our baseball rant. Maybe they are baseball fans. They got baseball.
I'll let it slide for the preseason, Sean. You better get it together before the regular season starts.
All right, individual games here, right? We're not doing a parlay. 45-27. I went 1-2 yesterday here. We're gonna go. I'm jumping on that UMass. I looked at it. I'm gonna take 17 there with Tony. It makes the cut here. It might actually be on the board here. It might be on my premiums in a minute here. UMass plus 17. We're gonna go small score. Guy Justin's on in the chat today. Both take Gardner Webb, the Wee plus 5.5, and Bama. There we go, Rod. I'm taking your lock. I'm gonna bust it open. All you need to do to bust open a hardware store lock. You turn over your compressed air that you used to spray your thing, you spray the lock, and just hit it with a hammer. It'll bust it out. I learned that from Michael Weston on Burn Notice.
Lock.
But you can't stop the bricks. Alabama and their bricks from threes. What did they shoot last game from threes? 2 and 10.
Oh, last game.
Yeah, they couldn't. They were brick. And
they said he still scored what, 86 points, bricking it left and right.
They're still throwing bricks. Brick. You know why? Because they get into the paint. Alabama does two things. They chuck up the three, and they try to get to the dot by underneath the rim.
How many points did they score?
They don't take mid shots. How many points did they give up? They've given up 80 points in the last 2 games defensively. So they don't play a lick of defense. And guess what? Missouri plays.
We can't shoot. 85 and we can't shoot. That's fine. That's fine.
Brick.
85% on 35% shooting.
Look what they shot from 3. Brick.
Yes.
Brick.
How doesn't that scare you? That they scored 85 points at home shooting 38%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they go into the paint. That's why. And guess what? And yeah, exactly.
Free throws and
paint play. And Auburn let them do it. They let them go run right to the paint. They had no problem. Go ahead. Shoot in the paint. Auburn nailed threes. The guy was on fire. It was like view. We'll see. That's why they play the games.
Yeah.
That's why they play the games.
That's right. If it wasn't for the tariffs, you guys, if it wasn't for the tariffs, you could have a hat bet, but the tariffs really raises the prices on them.
The tariffs is ridiculous. It's like $70 tariffs just to deliver a hat.
Yeah, you can't do a hat bet.
I tried to order a Ohio State hat because that was my pick for the championship, so I wanted to get a hat going, and they wanted $70 just to ship this $25 hat.
How about, listen, why don't you just have somebody just literally, there's no fence at the border. You're that close to Montana. Have somebody just throw it over the fence.
Just throw it over. Yeah.
Just throw it over, bro.
That's pretty aerodynamic.
The moose might take it, though. The moose might take it.
That's the problem, because it's so shrubbery and bushy. All of a sudden, Mr. Moose will come out of nowhere and be like, "Ooh, look! There's no house."
Start chewing on. Have a few moose. All that moose saliva on it.
Yeah.
Can't wash that out too hard.
Hey, that's a big animal.
On over to Al.
We're talking about chocolate mousse. We call them mooses.
On over to Al.
Kind of like Mises.
Going SMU, Nebraska, Omaha, and Bradley for my 3 pick.
All right, then my 3-1 will be UMass. Make sure you pronounce the M, because today they're UMass, not UAss. So it's UMass here. Also, like Arkansas plus the points. Look at that, 2 picks, and you're getting 33 points already. And I'll take New Mexico plus the 4.5. So that's 37.5 points there in the pocket there. Wish I could spread them out, though. You can't do that. But that's how I look at there. All right, we got you. Got you through the parlay peripheral segment. No line yet in Cubs Dodgers. I looked it up already. I already got my line. Yeah. My Spanky already has it up there, but no odds yet from these books. But yeah,
don't give the books any ideas, Tony. They might take you up on that offer to let you spread your points around.
I know they'll come up with something, right? But anyway,
that's buying points. You could just jump into a pleaser and just take a bunch of 10 points.
That's true. Style. No doubt about that, right? And, of course, just a reminder, if you're going to be betting preseason baseball, exhibition baseball, the starters usually go about 3 or 4 innings, just so you know. If you've ever gone to these games, especially this early, you see the starters, yay. And then at the end of the day, you got these guys with number 88, 92, 71. I mean, you have no.
3 or 4 innings. You're being generous for the first game out. You're going to get maybe an inning from a guy.
Maybe about an inning. Well, they're going to get at least one at bat, right? And they'll be out maybe 3 innings. You got to take care of this the spring training seat. Those spring season tickets are expensive now. Sometimes as much as buying a regular seat. So you got to take care of those paying customers. So you give them at least 3 innings. And then as you get into next week, you get 4 innings. Most are going to play are 5 or 6. And remember, they pull these guys. They'll go a little deeper as you get later in this preseason, but usually 5 or 6 at the max. But this early in the season, you're lucky to get 3. So you're going to have a lot of guys with these funky looking numbers. And they don't even wear their regular uniforms. They wear their because they got to create all these numbers on these back of uniforms. So they got these funky spring training uniforms on. But anyway, just remember they're going to play 3 innings. So your Otanis, all your superstars get to the bench. So maybe favorable dog, but you never know. Some of those bench guys are pretty good too for the Dodgers. So we got you through that segment. Now it's time to see what the cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. The NBA's back, hockey back on Saturday. We'll see what Rod has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com right now. As Rod's put together pretty good numbers here in NHL 1148. He's really good success here with the Four Nations. Four Nations back, I believe, tomorrow with the final. We'll see what Rod has for sale over at Tony's Picks.
Yeah, definitely no hockey today, so it's all college basketball, and we're continuing our winning year in college basketball. So I got a 5-pack there on the slate of college basketball, so definitely scoop that up. I'm still waiting for my best bet. Maybe the live service will have it up shortly, because still looking for that one play to be put in there, which would be my 10-star play of the day once it's up there. Keep a lookout for it, because it's the one I'm looking for, my best bet on the board. It's not included in that package, but as soon as I find it, it will be up there in that one. So continuing the college basketball season. There is one game tomorrow on the Four Nations before we hit the NHL on Saturday. So jump aboard something long term. That's the way to go. We've been on college basketball. Let's continue the winning season there. And then hockey's back on Saturday. So loaded slate on the ice. And we've been ripping it up on the ice as well. So, and then NBA's loaded card. You got my play on the NBA today. Give me the under in that one. That would have been the premium I put in, but I'm not. It's free for you today. So jump aboard. Let's continue to crush the books here at Tony's Picks. Hit the link in the description. Heads are right on over. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. That way you're on long term and you don't miss out on any of those late steam plays. One of those late steam plays is basically exclusive here to Tony's Picks, because I haven't seen it anywhere. Any other site offering you that late steam play where you get that late steam play. It's one of those late plays that, hey, we find it. We're like, hey, there's that play. And we run and bet it. And then sometimes your client doesn't get it. Well, if you're on long term with us, you do get it, because it gets emailed right to you directly. And you can jump aboard with us. That's one of the greatest features here at Tony's Picks is that late steam play. So jump aboard long term here at Tony's Picks, and you'll get that late steam play as well.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Got on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. Remember, all of our one-day passes here, like this 5-pack from Rod, is profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for side credits. That's profit guaranteed. So go ahead and get signed up with Rod. And, of course, the long-term pass is also available there. All right, let's take a look and see over at Tony'sPicks.com what Chris has for sale right now. Chris is about unit leader up on the board with the NBA. Fantastic numbers, approaching 1,400 units of profit. Chris, what you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
I got you guys a best bet in the NBA today, and then a best bet in college basketball, and then also got a 3-pack that does include both of those. So if you want to pick that up instead of buying everything individually, and then just hop on something long term, man. 3 days, 7 days, whatever you guys want to do. We got a loaded card tomorrow. I think we got 9 games in the NBA. We're back, so you guys know I'm going to have some plays tonight on that, and I'll be looking for that late steam. If you sign up with me long term, we can get you that information outside of what we give you on the happy hour. And then definitely 2-for-1 capper promotion. Put 2 people putting money in your pocket makes a lot of sense. So hop on something with that. We're all on the leaderboard. Everybody's doing great right now. And don't forget to use that promo code Tony T at checkout. Save you 15% off of all of that. And we're just going to keep putting out the NBA. I'll be having some plays in early today for tomorrow, watching these lines and trying to get it all figured out and get back in the mix of it.
There you go. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Fantastic results from the NBA, as you see there. 3-pack and a best bet from the NBA. So get on board. Also NCAA best bet for you. Of course, long-term pass also available. Remember, if you get that 1-month pass that covers your NBA for the next 30 days, as well as college hoops regular season, and gets you all the way to the end of the conference tournaments, because that takes you all the way to March 18th on the heels of NCAA tournament. So great time to get on board with that long-term pass. Maybe consider the 1-month pass there with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's take a look and see what Sean has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Sean, the unit leader, 4,413 units of profit. Sean, what you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
3-pack of college hoops up. Go get it. And what do I got? I got 6 total. I just added UMass, and hi, the line's down. I see 15.5 now. Now we just started the show, and not even an hour ago, Tony. You talked about it, and now all of a sudden it's down, basically 1.5, 2 points even. Crazy.
Yep.
But the 3-pack is up. Go get it. If you want a 3-day, 7-day, the 2-for-1s, you'll get all my plays. But I usually just put 3 in a package for you there. My 3 favorites when I load them up. So there you go. Get a 3-pack, college basketball. That's where we're looking. And then soon enough, baseball for me.
College basketball will be center stage going forward.
That's right. College basketball center stage for the next 6-7 weeks here with the NCAA tournament. Don't forget the minor tournaments as well. We're in coverage there as well. So get on board with Sean's 3-pack up there. You can see profit guarantee, long-term pass, the 1-month pass gets you those conference tournaments, all of college hoops, or you may consider that 1-year all sports pass. Get everything for Sean for the next year, all his college hoops, NCAA tournament, MLB. There'll be a lot of volume, as you know, football. Before you know it, we'll be back again. So get on board with Sean over at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember the promo code Tony T at checkout will knock 15% off. That's almost $200 off that 1-year all sports pass. You do the math on the 30-day pass. That's a pretty big $45 off there. So a little bit of time now. You can see all the volume that Sean puts right in heart of college basketball season. That's what you're seeing here. A lot of volume and a lot of winning here on the college hoops in green. We put everything for you to check it out. All transparent at Tony'sPicks.com. Right, Sean, with your volume.
Yeah, I like college basketball. What am I going to say? I mean, you see NBA. I mean, I have 19 picks for the year here, just overall all year for me. I think I have maybe 30 bets. So, I mean, I don't do a lot of NBA and hockey just because it's football. So, yeah, I got NFL, college football going and turn into college basketball. So, I'll pick my spots there in the NBA and college basketball. What's to say? It's been going well. I'm going to stick with it.
What's your strategy when we start the baseball early season? Is it different than midseason? How you as far as volume?
Well, volume's always. I'll probably lean back more in midseason because I'm more of a dog kind of guy, and by then it's even taking the plus money's not worth it because you start trading teams and you'll see the separation, right? We see this in sports. The separation just gets to be ridiculous between the quitters and the teams going for it, but early on. Loads of dogs. I'm taking dogs. I'll let you just say that. I like the plus money. So I'll do run lines, some totals, I'll put some Ruby props out there. Here, you'll get a lot of Ruby props here in the chat. I'll put them right in the chat for us here.
Good there. So get on board with Sean. Just to let you know, on our premium side, any run lines plus or minus, premiums are only in the plus side. No negative run lines there. Also,
yeah. I'm not going to give that negative money.
No negative run lines. Also, too, make note are on our favorites. No favorite greater than minus 139 for premium picks. So you're not going to if you purchase premium plays, you're not going to get any $2 favorites, $1.90 favorite. No, minus 139 is a break point there. For a premium pick, we can give them out in the live show or in videos, but as far as premium, no. I'm more than 130. No negative on the plus or minus run lines, even puck lines too, as we look at hockey. So get on board with Sean over at Tony's Picks. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right, we'll see what Al Ninos has for sale going on over at Tony's Picks. Al, what you got going on today?
So far, I got my $19 best bet in the NBA. Again, I have a side play on the side end total. If you want to check both those out, I have my best college basketball bet of the day, and should be loading up 1 or 2 more plays in college basketball very soon. Actually, putting one in very shortly, and then should probably have a Steam player too as well. So I like a lot of these games in college basketball today. So looking for.
A lot of volume, so it does take many hours to work throughout the day looking for. That's why we have the late steam when we have a lot of volume on the board here to look for some games that we had missed earlier in our handicap cycle. Remember, our games are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. Then we continue handing up throughout the day and night, looking for those late steam plays for our customers there. You can see El Nino's coming in with alley-oop profit guarantee. So get on board with El Nino's over at Tony's Picks. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save that 15% off. Got a best bet on the board myself right now at Tony's Picks. So get on board with me. Been doing pretty well here on the best bet side. Also, we're going to work a package as well with college basketball. Going to stay away from that Laker game, Hornets off on the premium. I'll tell you that right now. Unless I see something late, just a lot of big point spread. I want to see them play first. I didn't get enough reports on what they've done during the All-Star break too. Some of these players have to report. They go through they go through some sort of conditioning program, probably lifted some weights too in the offseason during the break here. We'll see how it rolls here when we come back to the NBA. So get on board with me at Tony's Picks. Best bet, 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can match me up with your favorite capper here and get signed up. Guys, we're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the Tony Six Morning Show. And, of course, you can always visit our YouTube channel here and find our show. If you happen to miss the live show, well, guess what? You can watch it again if you need help with the later games, because right here on this live tab on our YouTube channel, we'll have our show as well as the happy hour. We'll talk more about that later on here with Rod, but we have our live show archive for you. And, again, we're not just a live stream. We also have a lot of on-demand picks here. So you can go here and we'll go a little deeper into depth here with our on-demand. I got some stuff up there. You can see Nino's with his underdog picks. He's up there. We got Chris was talking about his SEC game. He's got a college hoop play up there as well. NBA up there right now. Bo Dunn, who's working on his camera. We got to get that camera going, Bo. We'll get you back here. But he's got a play up there. UAB and Rice. We didn't cover that today, so if you need help with that game, go check it out there at Tony's Picks with Bo. Also, our man up there as well with his play as well from Kevin. He's got a pick up there for you. Kevin Thomas has got a Charlotte Laker game. Get his opinion on that game today as well. And, of course, if you saw this one, you know what I took yesterday. Minnesota there yesterday in that game against UCLA there. All right, so they're all as well. Oh, and I also got to remember, Rod always tells me to make sure you talk about our riders. Yes, I should talk about the riders here. Let me go back to the riders here. Let you guys know here on our site. We got great riders on our site. Our man, I mean, Mike, I've got some content up there, but Nick is one of our writers here. He writes a lot for us and he does the NBA, but since NBA wasn't a break, he was doing some college hoops. So Nick is up there with our content, as well as our man Kevin Stott. Kevin Stott, formerly of the Las Vegas Sun, Las Vegas Review-Journal. He's one of our featured writers at Tony'sPicks.com. A lot of great writing content from these guys. So just click the content. You get great written form up there. We got editors that edit to make sure everything's there. But you can see professional writing here, guys. Great writers here with Nick and, of course, Kevin Stott, Las Vegas Review-Journal, Vegas Sun. These are quality writers. I should talk more about this here, there, guys. So check it out there at Tony's Picks. Writers, and I'm trying to get Kevin, maybe get him on the site, get him some content up there so you guys know a little bit more about him, because this dude does a lot of work, man. He does a lot of work. Look at all the write-ups he puts up here. I told you, man, his write-ups are very good, man. Very good content from Kevin. So get on board here. You can see how look at this. This is the St. John's DePaul game. Someone was asking about that. Go to our site if we don't cover it, because you're going to get very, very good written content from our writers here. And I'm not afraid to say it's our biggest expense is our writing. It's our writers, because they're damn good. So, guys, check it out. You can look at the write-up. Look at this. Not just 2 sentences, but a full in-depth detail on the game, guys. This is great stuff. You know, good suggestion, Rod. I should tout these guys more, because these guys, their work is they put a lot of work into it, and they do great work, guys.
A lot of work in there.
Yep. And you see the write-ups, guys. This is really in-depth, detailed stuff. So read Kevin, read Nick. These guys are great writers up here over at Tony's Picks. So go ahead and check it out there. All right. Guys, we're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications here. And we'll be back again tomorrow. And, of course, reminder here with Rod, you'll be back here 5 Eastern, Monday through Friday with that happy hour show.
Yeah, back here at 5 p.m. Eastern for the happy hour show. Absolutely love doing that show, getting you guys the late info. So definitely tune in to that today. We'll see how that Alabama line moves, because it's already on the move. Everybody's jumping all over Alabama. Go ahead. Continue to jump all over Alabama.
That's right. And, of course, when hockey comes around, have some more content on the channel.
I'm over here by myself, sipping the margarita and not having to worry about anybody else. So it's like, it's getting packed over there on that Alabama train. The buffet's looking pretty bare. Everybody's eating at it or attempting to eat at it.
As we saw back in the YouTube channel there, Chris, you put together some content as well on demand on the Tony's Picks.
Yeah, I've got you guys a SEC video today, which I did have to preface that it is my free pick. I've already got a couple messages. People think I'm crazy. It's the Arkansas-Auburn game. So just remember, it's a free pick. Didn't make the premium. Stop all the hate. But anyway, and I've got you a Charlotte Lakers basketball. Got your video there as well. And as we pump into as we get back into the NBA tomorrow, I'll have you some more videos on that, and we'll just keep putting out that stuff, and you guys know I cover the SEC with the basketball videos. So yeah, we're gonna be good, man, going forward with all the NBA, and then once baseball hits, we'll get you some more videos on that as well.
Very good. And of course, El Nino's finding those underdog winners. You get a lot of people there like that video series.
Yeah, we had one ugly pick yesterday that was I think they got blown out just right out the gate, but it's been pretty hot. Yeah, no, it'll happen. Been pretty hot before that, so just 1-2 yesterday, but we're looking bounce back today. As I said, I like the games a lot better today, so go ahead, check it out, and look for a big bounce back there.
There you go. And of course, we got Sean here in the mornings with us.
I'm a morning cat, although again, baseball coming and with tournaments. Again, as long as the kids are not around, I'm the dinner guy. So when it's grill time, I got to do the cooking. It's 4:00 for me at that time for drive time, but I will make plans as the kids don't have to eat sometimes. They're not around. But definitely morning.
Very morning, absolutely. There, guys. You can see Wisconsin sleeper Final Four.
I didn't think my son had a grill. I'm like, come on, bro. You're freaking graduating high school. You got to learn how to cook this meat. Well, how long are you cooking for? I'm like, you know what? I don't even know. I just watch it, and I come out and come in. So I see the juice start going. I got to try to teach him how to cook. He's
the greatest thing to do is get one of those thermometers are great.
No, that's cave. No, I'm a caveman. I'm a thermometer.
Caveman, you just kind of look
at it. No, I'm just
see your hand. You just take your hand like this, and I won't put it up, but you take your middle finger and you move it down here onto your see this little fat part on your thumb. You feel that. Right, that's rare on your steak just by touching it. Feel that? You can feel the muscle in your thumb. You can feel that, and you poke that in the steak. You get that same consistency. Rare. Move the next finger over. Next finger over. It's about a medium, and then do your pinky. You can feel how that tightens up that thumb muscle. It's well done.
Oh no!
That's how you do it. See, I don't know. Well done. So I'm not touching the pinky. That's way too much. That's just abuse.
No.
That.
Medium.
Don't be overcooking your meat.
It's medium rare or medium in my house.
Yeah. So, but when you take your middle finger and you can feel it right down here onto the fat part of your thumb. That's how. I like
You're not on the raw meat diet, are you yet?
Yeah, blue rare. So you just feel you just slap it. Minute and a half. Yeah, steak tartare, just as good as long as you have a good kind of meat.
No. I'm not trying to get worms. I'm not trying to get worms in the crap. No. All right. Medium rare is fine for me.
Medium rare is fine there.
Medium rare, but that's how you tell medium rare. And if you're the average person is a medium guy, so take the next finger over, you can feel it. That's how I do.
I'll see the little juices start going, and I'll like push down on, see how tough it feels, and then I'll flip it.
Have you ever made Pittsburgh style, Rod? Pittsburgh style? Pittsburgh style is when you broil, you put it to broil, and you sear it for 1 minute on each side, and it's raw inside. That's what Pittsburgh style is.
Pittsburgh style. So yeah, that's like blue rare, kind of like that's like blue rare.
That makes sense because they have the Pirates and they're trash. So why wouldn't they trash?
Well, it's because they had to get back to work. They want steak. They had to cook it fast, so they sear it.
No.
If you're a medium guy, put your steak on. You don't even have to touch it. Just put your steak on, watch, and you'll see the blood start to pool on the top of the steak. It starts to come out. Flip it. Yep. Once the blood starts to come out again, you're done. It's medium.
Okay.
That's what I do. As soon as the juice comes out on top, I flip it, and I always cook the second half, the bottom less than the top, because I don't want it
less than the top. Yeah, so that's you'll see the juices on the steak start to come out. Flip it over, and then once it starts to come out again, boom, it's done. Medium. Just by looking at it.
We're a family show delivery, dude. We're a family show. All right, that's going to do it here for the Toast.
Yeah, what is that?
Guys, we're going to make it. Guys, you guys make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show.
Yeah.